Hey everybody, it's time for another game in round one, this lengthy round one where there's 32 overall games. And we got a number 8 seed against a number 9 seed. And it's going to be the 1986 Boston Red Sox. They are the number 9 seed. They will be taking on the 1971 Pittsburgh Pirates, who are the number 8 seed. It's an 8 versus 9 matchup. I just finished playing the 1 versus 16 matchup, but for those who haven't seen that yet, I won't spoil the outcome. I'll let you have a chance to go back and watch that. But the winner of that game, this game will be playing the winner of that game. And if you think the 86 Red Sox and you think pitchers, the first guy you think of is Roger Clemens, and he is certainly going to be the starter in this game. But first for the Pirates, the 1971 Pirates, Steve Blass will get the start. He was 15-8 with a 2.85 ERA. He was the World Series hero in 1971. Had a conundrum whether to use him or use Doc Ellis because they were both very good in 71, but we're going to go with Steve Blass. And of course, for the Red Sox, it is Roger Clemens. And in 1986, he was 24-4. And in case it comes up, and if the Red Sox have a lead late in the game, we do have a Dave Stapleton card. And he will be replacing Bill Buckner if and when and if that happens. So for right now, it's the number 8 seed Pirates against the number 9 seed Red Sox. Let's go through the starting lineup for the number 9 seed 1986 Red Sox, managed by John McNamara. Leading off will be third baseman Wade Boggs. Batting second will be second baseman Marty Barrett. Hitting third will be Bill Buckner at first base. Hitting cleanup is the left fielder Jim Rice. Batting fifth is the DH Don Baylor. Hitting sixth in right field is Dwight Evans. Batting seventh in center field is Dave Henderson. Batting eighth and catching is Rich Gedman. And batting ninth, the shortstop Spike Owen. For the Pirates of 1971, leading off will be second baseman Dave Cash. Batting second in center field, the DH, Al Oliver, because he's a 4, we make him a DH in this game. Batting third is Roberto Clemente in right field. He's got that rare -6 quality on his card. Batting cleanup in left field, Willie Stargell. Batting fifth at first base, Bob Robertson. Hitting sixth at third base, Richie Hebner. Batting seventh and catching, Manny Sanguillen. Batting eighth in center field, Vic Davalillo. And batting ninth at shortstop, Gene Alley. So it's the number 8 number 8 Pirates against the number 9 Red Sox. We're just about all ready to go. Remember, this is advanced rules only because a lot of these cards are only set up for advanced, so therefore I have to go to the lowest common denominator. All right, we are ready to go. Wade Boggs stepping into the batter's box against Steve Blass, who's finished his warm-up tosses. So Steve Blass pitching to Wade Boggs, and we're underway. It's a 1-6 for Boggs. 1-6 is a double, so Wade Boggs has greeted Steve Blass with a leadoff double. And the Red Sox off to an early start. Here's Marty Barrett. Barrett a 4-7 against Blass. 4-7 is a walk, so Blass not doing so well. A leadoff double followed by a walk, and now there's 2 on, nobody out for the big guys. And it's going to be Bill Buckner who's going to get the first chance to do some damage. It's a 5-6 against Blass. And look at that, he found a potential double, definitely a single at worst. 1-8 is going to be a double. And that is an 8, so it's a double with 2 stars, so Buckner has just doubled in Boggs, and the Red Sox grab a 1-0 lead. Runners at second and third, and nobody out before the seats even get warm. Blass, a little chagrined. Here's Jim Rice. They're going to have to play infield. It's early, so they'll go ahead and play the infield back with nobody out. It's a 1-8. They need an out. 1-8 is a ground ball shortstop A, and it's a good thing they didn't play the infield in, or else it would have been a base hit. But the ground ball to shortstop A, and let's check the results here on this ground ball chart. Runners at second and third, and the ground ball A is a number 5. Number 5 says, if hit to second or short, batter out, runners advance 1 base, otherwise batters hold. Well, the result on the 1-8 for Rice was a ground ball to short, so since it was hit to short, the runners will advance. Buckner will go to third base. Barrett will score, and it's 2-0 in favor of the Red Sox. Rice is out 6-3, but he will get an RBI. And the Red Sox trying to jump on blast early here. It's 2-0. Here's Don Baylor, the DH. It's a 1-10. Now the bases are empty. Ground ball to short. That's going to be out number 2. As Blast tries to get some control back in this game. Here is Dwight Evans. That's a 6-9 off of Blast. 6-9 is a strikeout. So Blast comes back, but he got shook up early for 2 quick runs. And we go to the bottom of the first. It's Boston 2, Pittsburgh just coming to bat. And hello to everybody. Join us, Statistician. Thank you very much. Like I said, when I'm at work, I like to listen to these games, and it gets me through the day. So I thought I'd just try to return the favor for those who are at work today. Like to hear those dice roll. So far, not good. Boston getting off to an early 2-0 lead. That can be good or bad depending on your point of view. So Dave Cash will lead off against Clemens, and it's a 5-10. So Clemens against a righty, a 5 and a 10 is a walk. So a leadoff walk. Not exactly what you want to do if you're Roger Clemens when your team gives you a 2-0 lead. Cash is a B stealer, but Gedman's a -3 arm, so I'm not going to risk it this early. They're going to go ahead and see if the bats can do the talking. I believe the 71 Pirates were known as the Lumber Company. Here's Al Oliver. It's a 5-9. 5-9 is a strikeout, so Clemens comes back with a K. 1 away. I don't think he'll strike out 20 like he did against Seattle that one time in '86, but you never know. Here's Roberto Clemente. Clemente against Clemens, 3-5. Clemente, a 3-5. Ground ball pitcher A, that's going to be a double play. 1-2-3. I'm sorry, 1-6-3. 1-6-3, and that's going to end the inning. As a promising start fizzled out for the Pirates. They are done. It's 2-0 as we go to the top of the second. And now Dave Henderson, center fielder, will lead things off for the Red Sox. It's a 5-5. And a 5-5, well, it's got a chance of a home run, 1-3. Otherwise, 4-20 will be simply a fly to left. It is a 19, so it's a fly to left. And Blass avoids that particular trouble. Here is Rich Gedman, the catcher. Gedman. 2-4. 2-4 for Gedman is a ground ball to first. And Robertson will take it to the bag himself for out number 2. That'll bring up Spike Owen. Shortstop. It's a 2-8 against Blass. And that's a line out to the shortstop, Gene Alley. One shortstop lining out to another. And Blass settling in now. It's a 1-2-3 inning. Now he has to hope his teammates can get him some runs. Here's Pops, Wilbur Stargell. 6-7 against Clemens, against the lefty. 6-7 is a walk. So another walk issued by Clemens. Another leadoff walk, as a matter of fact. And here's Bob Robertson. He's certainly capable of tying the game with one swing of the bat. Robertson, 2-8. Not this time, though. It's a ground ball, pitcher B, so that's a fielder's choice. As Robertson will reach. And Stargell is out on the 1-6 force play. That'll bring up third baseman Richie Hebner. Hebner, a 3-9. And a 3-9 is a ground ball, second base A. That's another double play. So second double play the Pirates have hit into. This one, the 4-6-3 variety. Second straight inning for double plays as the Red Sox defense is getting Clemens out of anything that might be a problem. So after 2 complete, it's 2-0 Red Sox. And we've worked our way to the top of the order. Here's Wade Boggs. It's a 2-4 for Boggs. 2-4 is a ground ball back to Blass, and that's 1 away. 1-3 ground out. Now bring up Marty Barrett, second baseman. Barrett, a 6-5 against Blass. Blass, a 6-5 is a ground ball shortstop X. That's Gene Alley. And Gene Alley, as a shortstop, is a 3. And that's a 10, so that's going to be an error check on Gene Alley. And Gene Alley has an error rating of 34, so not too good. It's a 6, so a shortstop and a 34. Where are you, 34? There you are. And it was a 6. All right, E34 and a 6. That's a 1 base error. 3 to 8 is a E1. So actually an E6 with a 1 base error. So Alley boots it, and that allows Barrett to reach with 1 out. And now the big boys, Buckner and Rice, to follow. Buckner had that RBI double his first time up. It's a 3-7. And a 3-7 is a fly ball to center field. That's going to be out number 2. 2 down, and that'll bring up Jim Rice. 4-9 against Blass. 4-9 is going to be a single, most likely 1-19. Only 1 star, but still keeps the inning going. And it does, so that's a single for Rice. Puts runners at first and second with 2 outs for the DH, Don Baylor. And Don Baylor steps to the plate. A 4-3 against Blass. 4-3 is a ground ball first base X. That's going to be Bob Robertson, and he is an error rating of 2. And that's a 9, so I think that's going to be an error check. Yep, it only goes through 6 for the range check, so we will have an error check on Robertson. He is an E11. And that's a 4. So an E11, first baseman, E11. And a 4 is yet another error. So 1 base error on Robertson, second error of the inning for the Pirates. And the bases are now loaded with 2 outs. As Blass not getting any help from his defense. And Dwight Evans steps up, bases loaded and 2 outs. Red Sox already lead 2-0. Evans a 1-8. 1-8 is a strikeout, so Blass gets out of it with a strikeout to end the inning. Keeps the Red Sox off the scoreboard for this inning, and after 2.5, it's still 2-0 Boston. But it could have been a lot worse. Here's Manny Sanguillen. He's going to lead off against Clemens. It's a 3-6. 3-6 for Sanguillen. A 1-3 is a double. A 4-20 is going to be a single. So this will be the first hit for the Pirates. And it's a 2, so that is a double for Manny Sanguillen. The first hit is a leadoff double. And that brings up center fielder Vic Davalillo. Davalillo, a 5-7 lefty hitter against Clemens. 5 and a 7 is a ground ball second base X. That's Marty Barrett. Marty Barrett is a 2-rated second baseman, and that is a 9, so that's going to be an error check. And Barrett is an E14. And we get a 5, an E14. Second base, E14, and a 5 is an error. That says a 1 base error on Marty Barrett. So now the Red Sox are starting to boot things around a bit. That is an E4. Sanguillen will move to third. So now runners are at the corners. Nobody out. And Gene Alley, the batter. And that's a 4-8 for Clemens against the righty. 4-8 is a strikeout. So a big strikeout there for Clemens. And now a double play could get him out of the inning. We're back to the top of the order, though, and Dave Cash, who walked his first time up. It's a 5-10. Clemens a 5-10. He's going to walk again. And that's going to load the bases. That is the third walk of the ball game here in the third inning for Clemens. And the bases are now loaded with 1 out. For the heart of the order coming up, Al Oliver followed by Clemente. Chance for the Pirates to do some damage. It's a 5-6 against Clemens. The lefty, 5 and a 6 is a strikeout. He's nowhere near his point of weakness, so the strikeout will stand. Clemens, a big out there on a strikeout, but he's still got to deal with Roberto Clemente. So Pirates have their man up there, the guy they want, Roberto Clemente, with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Clemente, a 3-3. Clemente is going to ground to short, though, and that's going to end the inning. So the Pirates leave them loaded, miss a golden opportunity, and they come up empty. So after 3 complete, it is the Red Sox 2 and the Pirates nothing. And kind of a letdown if you're the Pirates, but Blast has to go out there and continue to shut the door. So right now leading off is Dave Henderson, center fielder. That's a 6-3 off of Blast. And that's going to be a walk, a leadoff walk. Leadoff walk for Henderson. Brings up the catcher, Rich Gedman. Rich Gedman. A 6-7 off of Blast. And a 6-7 is a ground ball second base X. That is going to be Dave Cash. He is a 3 rated second baseman. And that's an 18, so that's going to be a good play. The question is it going to be a force play or a double play? So an 18, and he's a 3. A 3 and an 18 is a ground ball A. That is a double play, 4-6-3. And so the Pirates giving the Red Sox taste their own medicine with these double plays. Gedman, slow running catcher, hits into the double play. Quickly 2 away. 2 away for Spike Owen. Spike Owen, a 1-6. 1-6 is a ground ball to Cash again at second, and that will end the inning. So nothing doing for the Red Sox here in the 4th. We go to the bottom of the 4th, still 2-0. And you wonder if those 2 runs are enough for Clemens to hold on to. Here's Stargell. It's a 3-10. 3-10 is a strikeout. So Stargell out on strikes. 1 away for Bob Robertson. That's a 3-6. Robertson, a ground ball to second. That's Marty Barrett territory, and he makes the play for 2 away. 2 up, 2 down. And that'll bring up Richie Hebner. Richie Hebner, a 5-7 against Clemens. A 5 and a 7 is a ground ball second base X. That's Marty Barrett again. And Barrett is a 2. And that's a 16, so that's going to be a good play. When you're up that high and you're 2 rated, that's a good play. It's a 4-3 ground out, and the inning is over. So nothing doing for the Pirates. We go to the 5th. It's still 2-0 Red Sox. And Wade Boggs, top of the order to lead things off against Blast, who has settled down to his credit. It's a 1-10. Well, that's a single to right field for Wade Boggs. He's going to start off the inning with a base hit. And the Red Sox, not normally known as a bunting type team, but Marty Barrett is an A bunter. So he's going to bunt. So he's going to be a B bunter since the Pirates have the corners in. He will be a B bunter, and that's a 4. So a B bunter, if we get to our advanced bunting chart, he's a B bunter and a number 4. Batter is thrown out by pitcher, runners advance 1 base. So it's a good sacrifice. We'll call it 1-4. And Boggs will move into scoring position for the big boys, Buckner and Rice, to follow. Here's Buckner. It's a 2-6. 2-6 for Buckner. He's going to pop it up to Bob Robertson at first base for out number 2. 1 bullet dodge there by Blast. Now he has to deal with Jim Rice. Could walk Rice, but Baylor's just as dangerous behind him. So 6-7 for Blast. 6-7 is a ground ball to second base. X, that's Dave Cash. And Cash, E rating is a 3. And that's a 6. That is a 6. So let's check and see if he makes that play. I believe he can make the play on that. A 3 and a 6 is a ground ball A, so he did make the play. And the inning is over. So other than that first inning, Blast has really settled down, but he's still facing a 2-0 deficit, hoping for his team to get some runs on the board. Here's Manny Sanguillen. 3-7. 3-7 for Sanguillen is a fly to left, and that's going to be 1 away. That'll bring up Vic Davalillo, center fielder. That's a 1-8 for Davalillo. And a 1-8 is a ground ball to short. So handled by Spike Owen. 2 away, so Roger Clemens dealing so far. Here's Gene Alley. That's a 6-6 for Clemens against the righty. 6-6 is a strikeout for Clemens. And that's going to end the inning as Alley goes down strikes for the second time. 5 complete in the books. It's now an official game. And the Red Sox hold on to a 2-0 lead. The point of weakness innings for both pitchers is the 8th inning, so they're still good to go. Here's Don Baylor. It's a 1-3 for Baylor. And a 1-3 is a pop out to the third baseman Hepner for 1 away. Blast has really settled down since that first inning, but that might be enough to get him the loss. 3-5 for Evans. 3-5, a home run chance. 1-16 is a homer. 17-20 is a double. So Dwight Evans looking to go yard here with a 1-16 roll. And it's an 8. It is an 8. So there's a home run. Home run for Dwight Evans. And that puts the Red Sox ahead 3-0. Solo shot. Here's Henderson. 6-8 off a blast. 6-8 is a pop out to the shortstop, Gene Alley, for out number 2. Brings up the catcher, Rich Gedman. Gedman. Ooh, that one didn't even make the box here. Here we go. 5-4. 5-4. We're under blast against the lefty. 5-4 is a walk. So Rich Gedman is going to draw a 2-out walk. And that'll bring up number 9 hitter, Spike Owen. Shortstop. He's 0 for 2. It's a 3-8 for Owen. 3-8, he's going to ground to short, and that's going to end the inning. But the Red Sox pick up the run on the Dewey Evans homer. And we go to the bottom of the 6th. It's 3-0 Red Sox. It's starting to get late. So the Pirates have to be at a sense of urgency here. Top of the order for Dave Cash. It's a 6-11. Clemens. 6-11 is a ground ball pitcher X. He is a 3-rated fielder with an E23. And that's a 7, so that's probably going to go to his error check, which it will. And he is an E23. And that's an 8. An E23 and an 8 for the pitcher. E23 and an 8 is a good play. 8-11 is a ground ball A, so Clemens was able to field that. Toss it over to Buckner at first. 1 away for Al Oliver. It's a 1-7 for Oliver. That's going to be a base hit. 1-12 will be a double. 13-20 will be a single. It is a 5. It's a double for Al Oliver. 1-out double. Now it's up to Roberto Clemente. To 2-8 for Clemente. 2-8 is a strikeout. Unfortunately, Clemente with a strikeout. But all hope is not lost. Willie Stargell has a chance with 2 outs and a runner at second. Stargell. 4-9. That's under Clemens. A 4 and a 9 is a fly ball to center field. And Henderson makes the play. So nothing doing for the Pirates. They just can't get it going. They get a hit here or there, but can't put them together. We go to the 7th. It's still 3-0 in favor of the Red Sox. And Wade Boggs, top of the order. 5-9 against Blass. 5 and a 9 against Blass is a fly to left field. Handled by Stargell. 1 away. And Marty Barrett steps to the plate. Barrett, a 5-8 against Blass. 5 and an 8 is a fly ball to right. So there's 2 away. And that'll bring up Bill Buckner. Bill Buckner, a 5 and a 3 against Blass, is a single to center field. So Buckner gets the base hit. That'll bring up Jim Rice. Jim Rice, 4-9 against Blass. 1-19 is a single with a star. So unless we roll a 20 here, it's a base hit. It's an 11, so it's a single for Rice. Buckner will stop at second. Runners at first and second with 2 outs for Don Baylor. And if the Pirates want to stay in this game at all, Blass has to bear down. It's a 1-5 against Baylor. 1-5 is a ground ball to short. I'm sorry, it's a 2-5. 1-5 is a hit by pitch. So Baylor, who was throughout his career was known for being hit by pitches, just pulls one out of his hat right there. A hit by pitch loads the bases. For Dwight Evans, who homered his last time up, it was a solo shot. This could be a grand slam if he were to homer now. Bases loaded and 2 outs. It's a 4-9. Blass, a 4-9. We're back to the same roll we just had. 1-19 is going to be a single with a star. So that would be another run unless this is a 20, which it's not. It's a base hit. That will score Buckner. And everybody else moves up a base. It's now 4-0. And Blast may just about be done in this game if he can't get Henderson. It's a 1-7. 1-7 is a walk, and that's going to do it for Blast. They're not going to let him go any further. He will walk in a run. That will score Rice and move everybody else up. So with 2 outs in the top of the 7th, that's going to be it for Steve Blass. He's kind of lost it here in the 7th. So he will depart. And we'll be looking for a new pitcher for the Pirates. They're going to go to a lefty because Gedman is a lefty. So they're going to turn to left-handed pitcher Luke Walker. So Luke Walker is in, and his one job is to get Rich Gedman out and get them out of this inning without any further damage. It's already 2 runs in. It's already 5-0. They can't take any more. Gedman, 3-9 against a lefty. 3-9's a line out to second, and that's going to end the inning. So Walker did his job getting Gedman to line out, but 2 runs come across the plate. So total of 5 runs against Blast in 6 2/3. Not a good outing for him. Bottom of the 7th, Roger Clemens still rolling along here. Here's Bob Robertson. It's a 3-8 for Robertson. 3-8 is a walk, so maybe the Pirates have a little bit of life. Is a leadoff walk. And that brings up Richie Hebner. And that's a 6-6 against Clemens. 6 and a 6 against the lefty Hebner. 1-2 is a single. Anything else is a line out to Barrett. It's a 17, so Barrett snags it for out number 1. Brings up Manny Sanguillen. Catcher Manny Sanguillen, a 6-8 against Clemens. 6 and an 8 is a strikeout. Sanguillen down on strikes. We're out number 2. Brings up Vic Davalillo. Davalillo, 1-4. 1-4 is a pop out to short, and that's going to end the inning. As the Pirates, running out of opportunities here, have been shut out through 7 innings. All right, Spike Owen will lead things off against the lefty Walker. Owen, a switch hitter. 4-10 for Walker against a righty. 4-10 is a fly to left. That's out number 1. And that'll bring up the top of the order and Wade Boggs, lefty on lefty matchup. That's a 2-3. So a 2-3 for Boggs against a lefty is a ground ball to first. Robertson will make the play. Quickly 2 away. And that brings up Marty Barrett. Barrett, a 3-7 against the lefty. 3-7 is a walk. So Marty Barrett draws a 2-out walk. Brings up Bill Buckner. Lefty on lefty, 1-7. And he's going to pop it out to the first baseman, Bob Robertson. So nothing doing there for the Red Sox. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It is still a 5-0 game in favor of the Red Sox. And as mentioned earlier, with Buckner making that last out, he will leave the ball game, and Dave Stapleton will be his defensive replacement at first base. And he will take over to play first base in the last 2 innings. Dave Stapleton. So no ball going through Buckner's legs today. He is now out of there. And Stapleton is in. As I drop my dice. So, Stapleton is the new first baseman. Gene Alley is set to lead off for the Pirates, but I believe we're going to have a pinch hitter because they need some offense. And their pinch hitter is going to be, they don't have a whole lot from the left side. They've already used all their good left-handed hitters. So it looks like they're going to use Gene Kleins. So Gene Kleins is going to pinch hit for Gene Alley, and then Jackie Hernandez will take over at short in the top of the 8th, or top of the 9th rather. So Gene Kleins hitting for Alley, and then Hernandez will take over in the 9th. As they look for some offense here against Clemens, this is his point of weakness inning, starting the 8th. It's a 1-4, and a 1-4 is a fly to right, and there's 1 away. One down, pinch hitter fails. Here's Dave Cash. 6-7 against Clemens. A 6 and a 7 is a ground ball second base X. That is Marty Barrett. Marty Barrett happens to be a 2 rated second baseman, and that's a 3, so that might sneak by, you never know. A 2 and a 3, but I doubt it. A 2 and a 3 is a ground ball A, so he did make the play. 2 down. Cash is out. And that brings up Al Oliver. Oliver, a 2-2 against the righty. 2-2 is a fly ball to right, and that ends the inning. Nothing doing for the Pirates. And we go to the top of the 9th, and we'll get a new pitcher in for the Pirates with some righties coming up. They're going to take the lefty Walker out of there and bring in Dave Giusti, the Pirates closer. Doesn't really matter at this point. But Giusti is in, and he'll be facing Rice, Baylor, and Evans, 3 right-handed hitters. So here's Jim Rice to start things off. It's a 3-6. 3-6, well, Rice might greet him with something bad here. 1-6 is a homer. 7-20 is a double. Had they left Walker in there, it pretty much would have been the same result, except for the home run range would have been even greater, 1-10 versus 1-6. So I guess they made a smart move bringing the righty in, but a 1-6 and we got a homer. It's a 12 though, so it's going to be only a double. Like that's not anything, but it is a leadoff double for Jim Rice. So Rice leads off with the double, greeting Giusti rather roughly. Here is Don Baylor. It's 2-5 against the righty. 2-5 is a ground ball shortstop A, and that's going to freeze Rice at second. 1 away. For Dwight Evans, Dewey Evans already homered in this game. It's a 5-7 against Giusti. 5-7 is a ground ball second base X. That is Dave Cash, and he is a 3 rated second baseman. That's a 20, so that's going to be a good play. He'll make the play, but Rice will move over to third. So he is at third with 2 outs. And Dave Henderson, the batter. That's a 3-7. 3-7 is a single to center field. We're not using clutch results, so the single will stand. Dave Henderson just drove in Jim Rice for another run. And the Red Sox now grab a 6-0 lead here in the 9th. And that'll bring up Rich Gedman. A 4-3 against Giusti. 4 and a 3 is a fly to center, and that's going to end the inning. But the Red Sox pick up the insurance run. Not like they really needed it or anything, but they got it anyway. And they lead going to the bottom of the 9th by the score of 6-0. And Clemens, do they let him go ahead and try for the shutout? I guess they might as well, because he's not eligible to pitch next game anyway, so there's no sense resting him. So Clemente will get the start at the top of the bottom of the 9th against Clemens. It's a 5-12 against Clemens. And a 5 and a 12 is a fly ball to left. Had we been using the ballpark effects, it would have been a potential home run, but we're not. It's only advanced, so it's a fly to left. And Jim Rice will put that one away. That'll bring up Willie Stargell. Stargell, a 2-5. 2-5, Stargell's got a chance to break the scoreboard, break that shutout. 1-16 will be a home run for Wilbur Stargell. 1-16. And it's a 2, so it's a home run. Willie Stargell at least breaks up the shutout, if nothing else. Gets them off the schneid. And it's now a 6-1 game. Only thing bad for the Pirates, it was a solo shot. Here's Bob Robertson, 5-10. 5-10 against Clemens is a walk. And again, for those of you who aren't familiar with Tabletop Earl, his claim is that most home runs are followed by walks. And there it is right there again. Home run followed by a walk. Amazing how often that happens. That'll bring up Richie Hebner. Hebner, a 2-6. 2-6 for Hebner is a line out to third. Look at all those hits, and he found a line out to third on the 2-6. So that's the way it's been going for the Pirates. That's 2 away. It's up to Manny Sanguillen, last chance. To 111. 111 is a ground ball to Boggs at third, and that's going to do it. The Red Sox are going to advance as the number 9 seed. and they have defeated the Pirates by the final score of 6-1. Unfortunately for a lot of folks, that game did not turn out the way they would have liked, because there's probably a lot of anti-Boston people out there, especially a lot of anti-Clemens people out there, but that's just the way these things go. Run to a hot pitcher, and there's really nothing you can do about it. So the number 9 seed Boston Red Sox have advanced in the tournament with a 6-1 victory over the Pirates. Winning pitcher, complete game victory, Roger Clemens. Let's see how many hits the Pirates had. Let's see, 1, 2. Looks like only 3 hits by my count. Home run was one of the hits. Now, there were some walks. Clemens walked 3, 4, 5 batters. So the only thing bad you could say about Clemens was the 5 walks. Strikeouts, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 strikeouts. So 5 walks and 7 strikeouts, and 3 hits in 9 innings to get the win. Steve Blass took the loss, giving up 5 runs in 6 2/3. So, unfortunately, not the way some people would have wanted it to turn out, but it is what it is. Let's check the Red Sox for their hit total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hits for the Red Sox. So 6, 10, and 1 for the Red Sox, 1, 3, and 1 for the Pirates. Left on base, the Red Sox, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 left on by the Red Sox, so it could have been a lot worse. Left 11 runners on. For the Pirates, they left 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 runners on. So there you have it. Unfortunately, folks, didn't turn out the way that a lot of people would have preferred, but that's just the way it goes. As I say, you can't win them all the time, but the Pirates will go back in their envelope and hibernate until they're needed again. The Red Sox will move on, and they will be facing the winner of the previous game, which I'm not going to give away in case you haven't seen it yet, and that is between the number 1 seed 75 Reds and the number 16 seed San Francisco Giants. And again, Clemens will not be able to pitch. He has to sit out a game because of that, because of the rest rule. So most likely it will end up being Bruce Hurst who goes on the mound in that game. And then if they advance after that, Clemens can come back. But it's going to be Hurst that will get the start for the Red Sox in their next round. So that's it from here. Kind of a quick game. It only took about 30-something minutes to play out because Clemens was shutting down the Pirates pretty good. And not sure what video would be next after this. I don't know if it'll be a live one. I might just post something later. I don't know. Too many live videos in one day might be overkill for some people, so I don't know if I'm going to do a live one or not. I'll have to figure that out. Right now, let's see, I've gone through, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. I've played 9 of the 32 first-round games so far. 9 out of 32 without giving away the farm, because I'll do a recap later at near the end. So far, the higher-seeded teams, or the so-called favored teams, have, let's see, they've lost. They're 1-1, 1-2, 1-3, 2-3, 2-4, 3-4. They are 3-6. So out of the 9 games, the so-called worst seed has won 6 of those 9 games. But like I said, with these teams, majority of them are so close together, it's really hard to say, that there's a big separation there. But the team with the best seeding has lost 6 out of the 9 games so far. So kind of a topsy-turvy events. And I can completely finish out the upper right-hand bracket with a game between the 1989 Oakland A's and the 2016 Cleveland Indians. So that's going to be my next game. Whether it's live or not, I don't know. Whether I even do it on video, I don't know. Might play it offline, haven't decided yet. But then once that bracket's done, then I can go back and start concentrating on this bracket that I'm in right now, which is the Pirates and the Red Sox and Reds and Giants, and start working my way down through that bracket. Ken, the final was 6-1 Boston, defeating the 71 Pirates behind a complete game from Roger Clemens. The only run for the Pirates came in the 9th inning on a Wilbur Stargell home run solo shot. But the Red Sox got 2 in the first on a 2-run double by, an RBI double by Buckner, and then a ground out by Rice. That brought in 2 runs. Then in the 6th, there was a solo home run by Dwight Evans to make it 3-0. Then in the 7th, the Red Sox used 3 hits, a hit batsman, and a walk to squeak across 2 more runs and take a 5-0 lead. Then in the top of the 9th, Jim Rice doubled and then scored on a Dave Henderson single to make it 6-0. And then Stargell got the solo home run with 1 out in the 9th to at least break up the shutout. But Clemens was able to finish the game, complete game victory, 6-1. So that's going to do it from here. It's about 3 o'clock, a little bit past 3 o'clock here on the East. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think it's too many live games in a row if I come back and do a third one, or is that overkill? I don't want to, flood the market here, but it is the one day I have to play a lot of games, so I could always just play them offline, or I could record them and post them maybe a couple days from now. I've got a couple options that I can go with. Do you guys have any opinions on that? I'm certainly open to whatever the community would like, whatever you guys feel would be decent to show. And since you are watching, I will go ahead and I don't want to give away the bottom bracket, but I have finished the upper bracket. I will go ahead and give the finals on those. In the upper bracket, and like I said, I've got to come up with bracket names for these things. The 69 Orioles, number 1 seed, did beat the Minnesota Twins rather soundly, as a matter of fact, thanks to a 10-run inning, which Boog Powell hit 2 home runs in the same inning. So the Orioles advanced. And then the Yankees of 0-1, mild upset over the 92 Blue Jays in a 9-8 game. So it'll be the 0-1 Yankees against the 69 Orioles in the next round. Big upsets, if you want to call them that, in the next bracket, where the number 12 and 13 seeds advanced. It's the 2000 Mets beating the 0-2 Anaheim Angels. That was Al Leiter pitching a really good game there to advance with the Mets. And then Randy Johnson shut down the 67 Cardinals and advanced the Arizona Diamondbacks into this round. Then I've got the 89 A's playing Cleveland. That's the next game on the docket. And the winner of that game will be playing the winner of the 79 Baltimore versus Cincinnati game, which Baltimore did win by the final score of, well, I don't remember the final score, but it's out there. And Minnesota came back and as a 10 seed beat the 61 Cincinnati Reds. So Kevin Tapani had a great game there to shut down the 61 Reds, and the Twins took that one. And then St. Louis, 0-4 St. Louis, had a walk-off home run in that game by Jim Edmonds off of Wade Davis. It was the 2014 Kansas City Royals. It was tied 2-2 going to the bottom of the 9th. Wade Davis came in. First batter he faced was Jim Edmonds, and Jim Edmonds off of his own card. So Wade Davis had no control, which is one of the knocks on Strat-O-Matic. So Wade Davis really had no effect, and Jim Edmonds went yard to end the ball game on a walk-off. So unfortunately I didn't have one of those finishes here on video today, but you can't control these things. They happen the way they happen. So all right, I haven't gotten any feedback from anybody, so I'm just going to go ahead and do what I think is best as far as going forward with videos. What I will do is go ahead and reset some things up for another game. Like I said, I don't know if it's going to be live video, if it's going to be video at all, or just offline, because I can play these games a little bit quicker offline, particularly games maybe that people aren't quite as interested in as others. For video purposes, I try to pick games that maybe have some intrigue. At least I think they have intrigue anyway. It's up to everybody else what they think. But so I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up. It's been about a 45-minute video, and the Red Sox still celebrating their victory. But again, Roger Clemens will have to rest. He will not be able to pitch in the next round. It'll be Bruce Hurst who will be starting that game against their opponents. So that's it from here. Until next time, everybody keep stratting on, and we will see you all down the road.